Live, and today I am going to show you how I made a fun fold card, another one of those. It's a really quick and easy one, and one that I've done a couple times before. It's called an accordion fold, but I am making it with the Endless Love stamp set bundle, which is one of the new ones from the upcoming January to April 2026 mini catalogs. Like I said, it's a fun little bundle with lots of heart images. Clearly, it's Valentine related. Let me see if I can wiggle things around here just a little bit more and get down a little bit closer to the bottom of the screen here so that hopefully you can see most of what I'm working on. Been trying to get, one of these days, like I said, every time I move my camera around, I just end up with it all sorts of crazy, and then I can't ever get it right in the same spot. And anyway, so we're going to call that good enough. I'll stop wiggling it around and making you seasick. So, hey, Mary Ruth, thanks for hopping in. I'm glad you're here today. And Terry and Pam are here as well, so thanks for joining. So again, this is the card we're making. It is an accordion fold. It's a really quick and easy fun fold, and essentially it's designer paper, and you make kind of a little accordion with it. So this one's got the front decorated, and then you open it up, and there's kind of a middle panel that's a little decorated, and then you open it up to the true inside of the card, and that is where you will find. How did I get blue all over my fingers? I don't even know. Like blue ink. I haven't played with blue ink in a while. So, but anyway, the inside of it has got, just a little spot where you can write your Valentine's Day message in it. So I know I can't even believe it, Karen, but the fun folds that I make are so easy that anybody can do them. I'm not very good at those really fancy ones that require lots of cutting and thinking. These are all pretty basic, just a couple score lines, a little bit of folding. I can do these. So if you are like I am and not a huge fun fold person, give the ones that I make a try, because I don't make anything that isn't easy. So, all right. So this is the stamp set. Again, it is called Endless Love, and it's got lots of cute little Valentine images in it, some nice sentiments in it, kind of one of those that you can mix and match a little bit. There's a to and a from in it if you wanted to make tags. Oh, good. I'm glad you like this fold. Like I said, I don't do anything that isn't really easy. So that's my favorite kind of fun fold, is an easy one. So again, Endless Love is the name of the stamp set. It's got two pretty little heart images, and I love this little cluster of hearts. I can't stop stamping that inside every single card that I've been making. That's Valentine related. And then there is a great bundle or set of dies bundled with it. So this one cuts out your two stamped images here. This one we're actually going to play with today, and that is what I used to cut the kind of polka dotty looking heart. It makes it a little tag, and I'll show you how it looks when you die cut it. And then there's this one that I actually used on here as well. So that one cuts out kind of a nice little delicate lined heart. And then we got one that will cut out just some little hearts, some arrows, the X's and O's and all that good stuff. And then this fun little tag that I actually used this die inside the tag, and got the little set of hearts cut on the tag like that. So, all right. So again, Endless Love is the name of this. It will be available to order starting on the 6th of January for everybody. If you are a demonstrator, you can get this on the pre-order. If you would like, if you are not currently a demonstrator and want to get your hands on it a little early, now is an excellent time to join, because you can pre-order from the upcoming catalog and January online exclusives. So you got lots of new things to pick from, and lots of pretty new things to pick from, which I always recommend. So, all right. Hey, Sally, thanks for hopping in. Glad you're here today too. I also used on the inside of the card, I used the sentiment, this one, the Happy Valentine's Day, from the Valentine Kisses set. This is an online exclusive item that is available to order now for everybody. So that one is out there. There is a die set that goes with it, and it's really cute. But today, the only thing I used was the sentiment from it. And the only reason I didn't use the Valentine sentiment on this stamp set is because it was just a little too wide for my little die cut in here. And I thought about going up to a larger die, rectangle die, but then would have covered up more of the pretty paper, and I wanted the paper to show more than the die cut. So anyway, long story short, that's why I picked this sentiment rather than the one that came with the Endless Love stamp set. But it does have a Happy Valentine's Day option. So, and then the other thing that I did use was this third from the largest die, which is one of the rectangles from the Textured Notes dies. And this is also one of the online exclusive items that is available to order. Just be aware when you go and look at it, and don't panic. The dies are not retiring. The stamp set that coordinates with it, that really didn't have anything to do with the dies, is retiring. So the bundle technically is listed as on the last chance list, but the dies are carrying forward, and I hope that they'll be here kind of forever and ever, because I love them and use them all the time. All right, again, Textured Notes is the name of that die set. Okay, a couple things before we get going. If you have not heard already, Stampin' Up! Is doing a free shipping offer December 12th or 10th to the 12th, which is tomorrow. That's Wednesday, the 10th through the 12th, which is Friday. Free shipping on any order of $75 or greater. And as a little added bonus, if you have not earned the paper yet, that December product of the month, which is that pretty pack of different shades of blue paper. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I can't off the top of my head. Something blue related. But if you have not earned that pack of paper yet, a free shipping order will earn you the pack of paper. So if you hit the $75 point in your order, you'll also be eligible for that $5 pack of the product of the month, which is the pack of Designer Series paper. So that's a nice little added bonus to it. The only thing to be aware of is that your order does have to hit that $75 limit after you've applied any Stampin' rewards and that sort of thing. So the merchandise total still has to be $75 after you've applied any sort of Stampin' rewards to it. Let me know if you have questions about that. And again, it's from 12:01 a.m., so essentially midnight overnight, starting Wednesday morning, running through Friday at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. So get your orders put in and get them in early so you don't have to panic over trying to race and getting it in at 11:58 Mountain Time and worrying about whether you're going to get it. Oh, and True Blue Florals is the name of it. Apparently I should have looked through what I was going to yak about. So the product of the month, here it is, True Blue Florals. This is the pack of paper that I was carrying on about and didn't realize I had a flyer. Should have put them side by side. But this is the pack of paper that you can get for $5 with any order of $75 or greater. So if you're cashing in on the free shipping offer and haven't picked up your pack of paper yet, you can get it with this with your $75 free shipping order tomorrow. It'll be available while supplies last. I have not heard that it's running low on inventory, but that doesn't necessarily mean it won't run out. So let me know if you have questions about that. Again, True Blue Florals is the name of it, and it is available as of right now. Cyber Monday Paper Pumpkin Sale is ending today, which is December 9th. So make sure that if you have not signed up yet and you want to get in on the great deal on the Paper Pumpkin kits, the prepaid kits, make sure you're getting out there and getting signed up for those. Prepaid Paper Pumpkin kits, it's a pretty good savings on them. So it's $80 that you're saving on the 12-month kit. $40 that you're saving on the 6-month kit and $20 that you're saving on the 3-month prepaid kits. So if you are interested in doing that, definitely go get signed up by the end of the day today. If you're currently a subscriber, you can still cash in on this deal. Just put your current subscription either on hold or cancel it completely if that is an option for you. Depending on how you signed up, you may not be able to do that. But put your current subscription on hold and then go grab this one and get the great deal on it. And then you can kind of manage your subscriptions after that. So anyway, let me know if you have questions. Hopefully it's not too confusing, but go grab that. It's a great deal on the Paper Pumpkin kits. And then there is, and I did not print anything out on it, but there is a sale for anybody who is a Paper Pumpkin subscriber starting tomorrow. So it'll run the 10th to the 12th, which is also at the same time as the free shipping sale. They're going to be doing up to 50% off the past kits, the kit refills, and any of the add-on die sets. So if you are interested in picking any of those up, check the prices tomorrow. They'll be up to 50% off. And again, it's while supplies last, and it's only available for Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So you can sign up, get the awesome deal on the prepaid kits today, and then tomorrow you can go pick up the past kits, the refills, all that good stuff at a pretty good discount. So again, let me know if you have questions on that. And I've got a couple more days through the 11th. I'll be doing my reverse advent calendar where I'm donating a food item to our local food bank here in Randolph, New Jersey for every order that is placed through me. Today's is the can of mixed vegetables that I'll be donating to the pantry if anybody places an order with me today. And tomorrow, I think it's a can of carrots or something like that. I can't remember. So anyway, so that'll be going on through the 11th as well. And then I think that's it, and I'll stop yakking. All right, let me know if you have questions. Details for all that stuff that I was carrying on about are already posted on my blog, which is stampwithamyk.com. If you look today, which is December 9th, and find my post from, I don't know, I posted it about 9:45 this morning or so, there are the details with the Paper Pumpkin sale that is happening tomorrow. All right. So let's get rolling. On the original card, I used Strawberry Slush as my background paper and as my die cuts. On this card, I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to use Real Red. And the reason for that is the designer paper that I picked has got the hearts on it, and it's kind of like I'll put it together here, maybe, well, you can kind of see it. It's kind of like a, is it ombre where it changes the color? So it starts out, there's like Flirty Flamingo up in the corner, and then it turns to Strawberry Slush, and then it goes down to Real Red and Poppy Parade are on this lower part of the panel. So my original card had a lot of Strawberry Slush on it, so that was why I went with the Strawberry Slush. This card had much more Real Red and Poppy Parade, so I picked Real Red being my favorite red color, and that's what I went with instead. So the measurements and everything will all be the same. Just know that when you look at the blog post tomorrow, I'll be talking about Strawberry Slush, but I'll be showing you Real Red here instead. So we'll start out with a piece of Designer Series paper, and if it is directional, you need to pay a little bit of attention to what direction it is facing when you're doing your score lines on it. But start out with a piece of paper. This is 5 1/4 by 12. So again, Designer Series paper, 5 1/4 by 12, and then I flipped it over and I scored it at 2 inches, at 5 inches, and at 8 inches. So again, 2, 5, and 8 are the score lines on here. All this is going to be on my blog post tomorrow, so don't worry about getting all the numbers exactly correctly. But just wanted you to know, I know you can't see it very well in the video, but I already scored it ahead of time. So I'm going to take that and we are going to fold it here at the 8-inch score line. And I'm going to give it a good crease on there because, again, anytime I'm doing anything that's a fun fold and lots of layers like this, I usually grab my bone folder and try to get good solid creases as much as I can. So that was the 3-inch score line, and then here's the little 2-inch score line. And we'll go ahead and do a couple creases on there. So that creates your accordion fold. So again, it's 5 1/2 inches tall by 12 inches wide, and you're going to score it at 2 inches, 5 inches, and 8 inches. And then you're just going to fold it, mountain, valley, mountain, yeah, mountain, valley, mountain, yep. Had to double check and turn it into the accordion. So that is basically your card base, is a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch cardstock. And again, this one is Real Red. My original one was Strawberry Slush. And we're just going to, this makes your card base. So again, super quick and easy because that's all I know how to do when it comes to fun fold designs. And we're just going to take this and adhere it to the panel of cardstock. Now there are a couple different things you can do with this card base since it's just a single sheet of paper. If it doesn't give you enough space to write on the little panel that I've got on the inside of here, write your note on there. For me, that's plenty of space because I don't usually have a lot of words to write. You can flip it over and put a piece of basic white cardstock on the back and stamp something on it if you want to, and have that be like your whole open area you can write on if you were interested in it. But that's basically your card base. So again, super quick and easy, which is what I like. All right, now I've got, again, from Real Red cardstock, I used the Textured Notes dies, and I took the third, there it is, get back on there, third from the largest die, which is the one that's kind of got the dashed lines around it. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I call them, the dashed lines around it. So I used that die to cut a piece of Real Red cardstock. And then I have basic white cardstock that I cut to, the official measurement is 2 7/16 inches by 3 15/16 inches. So basically it's just a hair under 4 inches tall by just a hair less than 2 1/2 inches wide. So that's really what you have to do, is kind of start with a 4-inch by 2 1/2 inch and then just trim it down so that it fits nicely inside your little rectangle here. So again, the official measurements are one thing. If you don't like going down to the 15/16 and 7/16 inch marks, you can certainly just do it as 4 by 2 1/2 and then trim a little bit off. It all ends up being the same thing in the end. All right. I've got a sentiment here from the Endless Love stamp set in Flirty Flamingo ink that we are going to stamp in. So I'm inking up the Sending You sentiment first, and we're going to stamp that. Oh, hopefully I can see what I'm doing here. Kind of up near the top on the basic white panel. And we'll close that one up. And then I'm going to grab the love image. And again, I actually stamped it in Flirty Flamingo originally and then Strawberry Slush. But because this one I'm doing with the Real Red tones, I used Real Red for this sentiment here. Again, it's the love image from the Endless Love stamp set. And then we're just gonna, whoop, looks like I need to ink that a little bit more. Gonna roughly center it underneath my first sentiment and stamp it here. There we go. And then close that one up. And then I'm going to grab my Bubble Bath ink pad and my favorite little set of hearts from this stamp set. Again, Endless Love is the name of the stamp set. And we're just going to ink this up in Bubble Bath ink. And we're going to stamp little Bubble Bath hearts sort of randomly all over this panel. So, well, I tried to make them be random. And most of it is covered, so it doesn't really end, it doesn't matter if you don't end up with them stamped randomly or, end up like I did and kind of make a mess of it. So there we go. Maybe one more down here, and we'll call that good. All right. So now that we've got that all inked with Bubble Bath, and hopefully you can see it. I know Bubble Bath doesn't always show up very well, and I kind of need to re-ink that ink pad, but I didn't want to re-ink it and then have it be really dark and strange looking. So I went with a little bit lighter. We're just going to use some Stampin' Seal, and we are going to adhere this to the piece of real red cardstock that I cut with that textured notes die. And again, just roughly centering it top to bottom and side to side. There we go. And then we're going to take that and we're going to stick it here on the card front. The only thing that I'm going to be careful of is when I open this up, I need to make sure that I don't go anywhere over on the right-hand side. Because if I put adhesive on the right-hand side, I'm going to stick my whole pretty accordion fold shut, which is not what I want to do. So when I flip this over, I'm just going to, again, roughly place it where it'll land on the card front, and that will help me to figure out where to put my adhesive so that I don't accidentally stick my card shut. So again, I'm just putting the adhesive over on the left-hand side, and then I'm going to take it and flip it over here and roughly center it top to bottom and side to side on my card front, and then we'll stick it down. So again, the accordion part is, oh, did I glue it? I did not. Phew. I'm not sure what stuck on it. Something stuck. There must have been something gooey on the back of my paper, but we're all good. Okay, for a second I thought I had stuck it shut. But I didn't. Okay, I did do a little die cutting ahead of time. So again, this is the die. Let me show it to you. The little, this little die I used to die cut some more of the Made with Love. Did I even tell you the name of the paper? Made with Love is the name of it. So I used this die to cut another panel of the Made with Love Designer Series paper. Flip side of this one's got some cute little hearts all over it, but I wanted something a little more solid on it, so I used that to make my little tag. And then I used Bubble Bath cardstock and this die to initially cut the tag, and then pop that out of the tag, and then I threw my die around. Then I put this die right here over the top of the tag and ran it back through my die cutting machine again to make the little heart tag that I used on here. Then I'm going to grab some of my Bubble Bath. It's 1/8 inch faux linen ribbon, and we're just going to take that and thread it through, hopefully. Thread it through here, and then thread it through my little tag opening. And we're going to tie a small bow. So I'm going to give myself, hopefully, see, now I wonder why things are stuck. That's because I had my adhesive sitting there sticking to the ribbon. So I probably got more than one thing that's got glue on it. All right. There we go. All right. Get that ribbon out of the way. Now I'm just going to tie a little bow here at the top. And I didn't even adhere the two tags together. I left mine loose, so it's kind of flopping around over there. Again, if you would prefer to adhere the little pink tag to it, you certainly can do that. I did not. I just left mine loose and thought it would move around as the card front moved. So I'm going to tie a little bow here, hopefully, if my fingers will cooperate. There we go. Obviously, it's quite a bit bigger than what I want it to be, so I'm just going to hold the center and pull the edges in here so that I can make the bow a little smaller, and gives me a second to kind of readjust everything here and make sure it's not rolled up like I just had it there. All right, there we go. And then we are going to, oh, I'm glad you're liking the fun fold card, Linda. So then I'm going to trim off a little bit of the extra ribbon, and I should have grabbed my ribbon scissors, but of course I did not. So I'll get it to work here. Come on. There we go. I'm probably going to trim just a hair more off of this one. And I think we'll call that good. I'll stop fussing around with it. If I decide later I want to trim it some more, I can always trim it a little bit more. All right, let me grab my Stampin' Seal, which of course I have stuck to the back of my ribbon container already again. We're just going to put a little Stampin' Seal on the back of here. And then I'm going to put my little tag sort of over to the left-hand side of my card front. All right. Make my bow look a little nicer. And then I had die cut this ahead of time. I did put a couple little strips of adhesive sheets on the back of a piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock. And then I die cut it with this cute little kind of detailed loopy die, or loopy heart die, I guess. I don't know, detailed line die, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to grab my paper snips here and lift up the adhesive sheets. It will take me just a second to get all the little backing pieces picked off it, but to me adhesive sheets are way easier than using liquid glue on these little dies like this, or little die cuts like this, because I just end up with liquid glue stuck to me and everything else. As you can see from my blue fingers, I'm clearly not the neatest stamper. So all right, so I've got my adhesive sheets stuck on the back of here, and then I'm just going to layer my little heart over the top of the larger one, or yeah, I guess it is a little larger. And then I'm using the adhesive sheets to stick that to the card front. So that's really it for the card front. Done. The next layer on the little inside accordion, I stamped a couple of little hearts and die cut those. So I'm gonna throw a few things around just a little bit more. And then we're gonna stamp the little hearts on. So I've got my kind of lined heart image and Flirty Flamingo ink, and I'm actually gonna stamp that on the bubble bath cardstock. So I wanted to have a little contrast in color, so just went with something that was a little brighter for the ink on that one. And we'll close that up. And then I'm going to grab Real Red ink and stamp it on the Strawberry Slush cardstock. And I'm using the little bit more lined, less detailed, I don't know what you would call it, the outline image, I guess is what we'll call it. So again, stamp that in Real Red ink on Strawberry Slush cardstock. And the colors that I used in this are all right from the Designer Series paper, so I just picked random pinks and reds that were in the paper, and that's what I went with. All right, I'm going to go run this through the die cutting machine, so I'll be right back, and then I will also cut this one, so hang on a second. There's one. And, oh, come on, slide over there. There we go. And there's the other one. One thing that I did want to point out about this die is that it is in fact not like even on both sides. When I first looked at it, I thought it was, and I'm like, why is this doesn't look straight? And then I realized that it's not designed to be straight. So one side of the heart is a little bit higher up and a little bit wider than the other one. Just know that when you're stamping it, if you're like I am and are struggling with, why is this not, it's not even on both sides. Well, it's not designed to be even on both sides. All right, so we're going to grab a little Stampin' Seal, and we're going to put this on the inside accordion little flap here. There is something that is sticking on here. I'm not sure what's gluey on here, but something is. I don't know. I'll figure it out, I guess. So we're going to take one heart, and we're just going to stick it in here like this. And then I'm going to take my other little heart, and I'm going to keep the adhesive over to a little closer to the left-hand side. So I'm not going to put adhesive on here because I'm going to have that overlay the, whoop, I want to make sure that it's tucked in behind my first panel though. So I'm going to take that and we'll stick that on there like that. All right, so that's the kind of inside of the, well, second layer of the accordion fold. And now we're going to do the inside, which is, again, another piece of basic white cardstock cut to that 2 7/16 by 3 15/16. And then we're going to grab the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment, and we're going to stamp that in Real Red ink on the little basic white panel. And again, I'm putting it up near the top so that I'll have room to write a little sentiment in there if I want to. And then we're also going to stamp the little group of hearts image in bubble bath ink again, sort of around the edges of this one. So there we go. We're going to stamp it once up here, and then maybe another time over here, and then one time down there. All right, so there we go. We got the inside of it stamped, and I'm going to adhere it to another panel of real red cardstock. Again, I cut it with that same die from the Textured Notes dies. So I'm just going to take that, and we're going to stick them together here with a little Stampin' Seal. And again, just going to roughly center it top to bottom and left to right, and hopefully get it on there kind of straight. And then we're going to go put a little bit of Stampin' Seal on the back of this. Come on, there we go. And then I'm just going to line these up. Again, I'm going to make sure that I've got both of my layers up and out of the way, so I want to make sure I'm adhering it to the back panel of the card. And then I'm just going to place the two together so that they're lined up. So I've got one basically hidden right underneath the other one. Make sure I've got it all tucked in there and hopefully straight. And then I'm just going to fold my card closed and give it a little press. And then we've got that on the inside of the card stuck in the same spot as the one on the outside of the card, so that they're layered over the top of each other and it's not peeking out until you want it to be. And that's it for the accordion fold card. So we've got our front layer, then we got our middle layer, and then we got the inside layer. And again, you can kind of mix and match your cardstocks. So this one is my Strawberry Slush. And then I did this one in real red because that was how the hearts kind of worked out, at least in my opinion. I could have also done this one with Poppy Parade on it because there's quite a bit of Poppy Parade in here, and then it kind of goes down to the real red color, where this one's mostly Strawberry Slush, and then there's a little Poppy Parade over here with a few bubble bath in between. So there you go. All right, so super quick and easy little Valentine card, and I know it's early, and I will probably have people saying, it's too early for Valentine's, but I'm done with my Christmas cards. So, and hopefully you guys are all getting finished up here soon too, because they need to get out in the mail and all that good stuff, and you know, it's fun to play with stuff after Christmas too. All right, so again, all these will be available to order starting on the 6th of January. For anybody who's not a demonstrator, they're available on the demonstrator pre-order right now. So if you are a demonstrator, go get them. If you're not a demonstrator but want to get your hands on these sweet little products early, you can always sign up. So let me know if you have questions about that. You're welcome to join the team. We'd love to have you come and stamp with us. So let me know if you have questions. I'll be posting all the details for this on my blog tomorrow, which is stampwithamyk.com. I'll link directly to the blog post in the description of the video tomorrow, so you'll be able to link over to the blog post and find all the cardstock cuts and all that good stuff that I used to make the card. So thanks for being here. I'll plan to be live around 2 o'clock Eastern time on Friday, and then again around 2 o'clock Eastern time next week, Tuesday.